still want to make sure that our upper body and lower body still work together. So we're going to start on the rubber. We're for a right-hander, the right side, left-hander, left side, is to make sure that we're slightly on an angle to start. We don't want to start too squared up. As we do this, if we step straight back, we're going to get a little bit of a, and you can see how my body's starting to work or not work right now, is that I got to start to swing my leg to get around. So what I want to do here is start slightly on an angle and have small direct steps. Okay, so I'm going to start, and another key here, especially as we get older, is to keep our glove pointed in towards ourselves. Because as we get older, if we start to move and keep our glove open, third base coach can see our grips on our ball and can start to relay signs. Keep closed here. Small steps. So our glove step is going to be out, but only as far as the edge of the rubber. The farther we go out this way, the farther that we're going to create ourselves coming back the other way and cause bad balance. So we're here, small step, foot in so it's squared in, up, down. So slight angle, ball starts at our chest, small step to our left, pivot in, up, down, throw. Okay, and as you see if we've done the work ahead of time, that the chest still finishes out in front of our knee, we still get the tuck, and we still get that backside rotation. And we still get that backside rotation out of our leg, and which is at times we call the inverted L. Okay, so start, small step, pivot in, up, down.
A few different aspects of how to get that maximum velocity. First, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're not gripping the ball too deep in your palm. You really want to hold it loose like an egg, get it out here in your fingertips. Kyle's going to show us. And you want to use these seams. The seams are there for a reason, so that way we can, at the end, when we snap that ball, we want to see how many times we can make that ball rotate. The more times the ball rotates, the more backspin it'll have, the longer it'll stay in the air, harder the ball's going to be. There's 5 different points that I like to use in pitching to create the best velocity. The first step is just kind of rocking back to create momentum. Second step is coming up and making sure we can balance. Before we can go forward, we need to sit. I like to use if I cut my body in half, I like to say my left half or my front side is brains, my back half is power. If my brains go anywhere else, my power doesn't mean anything. So when I'm in 2, I sit so I generate power with my back half, and when I come forward, my brains, my front half, with my arm and my leg are going towards my target to generate that power. And when I come forward, I'm pulling here. I'm stretching the rubber band out to use my power more and to push off here. And at the end, I'm gonna snap with my fingers, get that extra power. Kyle here is gonna show you how to do it. Step 1, Kyle's gonna rock back. Step 2, he's gonna lean up, keep that balance. Step 3 is going to sit on that back half to generate power. Step 4, we separate brains. All the brains are going forward, guiding us to the target. And 5, towel snap and finish that pitch. Look at that.
We're going to talk about strengthening our wrists and forearms using a rice bucket. Now to set this up, you're going to need a 5 to 10 gallon bucket that you're going to fill with 10 to 15 pounds of rice. There's 5 exercises we're going to focus on. The first are finger flicks, in which you flick your fingers in an outward motion as quickly as possible. You want to do this for 10 to 30 seconds. The deeper you go in the rice, the more difficult it becomes. The second exercise are wrist flicks, in which you move your wrist back and forth as quickly as possible for 10 to 30 seconds. The third exercise are wrist rotations, in which you rotate your wrists along the outside of the rice bucket in a clockwise rotation. You want to do this for 10 to 30 seconds. The fourth exercise are wrist rotations in a counterclockwise direction. The fifth and final exercise are called digs, in which you dig all the way to the bottom, and then once you get there, you work your way back.